Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos. We open on Port Charles, tension in the air. Emma's shoulders are heavy. Gio sees it. He feels it in every look she gives, in every silence she keeps. And today, Gio steps up in a way that shifts things. There's something changing between Emma and Gio. It's not sudden. It's been building. Those small moments where Gio offers comfort, when Emma's voice trembles and she doesn't try to hide it, when the weight of what she's facing bears down hard. He doesn't shy away. He leans in. He listens. He holds her up when she can't stand straight on her own. Meanwhile, across town, Elizabeth Weber is preparing for a conversation she never wanted to have. It's the kind of moment that reminds you just how fragile hope can be. She carries in her hands something she knows will break more than one heart. Drew needs to hear it, and there's no gentle way to shape the words so that they don't cut. Let's begin with Emma and Gio. The last few days have been punishing. Emma's been rocked by news. Distressing news that pulled the rug from beneath her feet. Everyone in Port Charles seems to be reeling, but Emma more than most. Because this isn't something she can just outrun. It follows her. It catches up. Joe's in the thick of it too. He's worried not just for Emma, but for what this means for both of them. He's torn between giving his all without overstepping, between being a friend, maybe more, but never pushing too far, losing what he already has. But Emma's pain calls for more. There's a scene, a late afternoon sunlight filtering through hospital windows. Emma sits, waiting. Gio shows up with 2 coffees, not because she asked, but because she needed. They sit, silence for a few beats. Joe's trying to find the right words. Emma's gripping her mug, knuckles white. Her eyes avoid his, then glance over. Finally she whispers what she fears most. Uncertainty. Of what comes next. Of what this means for all the people she loves, and those she must protect. Gio reaches out. His hand covers hers. It's small, but it's huge. He says, "You don't have to face this alone." Simple. True. It offers Emma something she hadn't let herself believe, that someone's got her back in all of this. She allows herself to lean, just a little. A recognition. He's stepping up, taking on part of her burden. A romance maybe in its early stirrings, yes. But more, a solid anchor when seas are rough. We'll see Gio make moves, offering to help, protecting her, not for recognition but because he cares. He may push himself forward when others pull away. Support when the stakes are high. And Emma in her own time will respond. We'll see her let the walls drop, trust her feelings, perhaps open up to the possibility that Joe's not just a friend, that what he gives matters more than what's lost. Their connection grows, fragile but alive. Now, juxtapose that with Elizabeth Weber and Drew Kane. Elizabeth in the hospital corridor, ambulance sirens faint in the distance, echoes of urgency that she can't quite ignore. She's been gathering facts, waiting for the right moment. But there isn't a right moment. Only a necessary one. Drew doesn't know yet. He thinks he's braced, strong, commanding, the rock others lean on. But Elizabeth knows strength doesn't protect you from loss. She steps into his room. He's under medical lights, wires, monitors, nurses in background. A rhythm of beeps. He looks up, sees her face. She hesitates. Takes a breath. She sits down near the bed. Her voice wavers. She tells him, "Monica is gone." The words land like stones. Drew's hands tighten. His breath hitches. He tries to steady himself. "Elizabeth," he says, "tell me it's not true." Her head shakes. She reaches for his hand. He pulls away for a moment, grief and disbelief dueling on his face. He remembers Monica's smile, her voice, how she used to laugh when he was a kid, then again as a father. How she carried the legacy of the Quartermaines. She was strength in so many storms. He expected her to pull through, to heal. He'd been preparing, but not like this, not ready for silence where her guidance used to be. Elizabeth tries gentle truths, that he's not alone, that love remains, even in loss, that Monica's memory will shape what comes next. But she knows, nothing she says changes what's now. The shape of Drew's world just changed forever. As Drew absorbs, the room spins. He blames himself, maybe wonders if he should have been there, if something different could have been done. Elizabeth stays, letting the weight settle. Maybe the nurses drift out. He's left with his grief, raw. Back to Emma and Gio, because their story and Drew's echo each other, even though the stakes differ. Emma sees perhaps what Drew's facing, loss of someone precious, love mixed with grief. Gio becomes the contrast, someone who doesn't run, someone who stays, someone who tries. His stepping up doesn't erase Emma's pain, but it shifts her path forward, gives her a chance to heal, to lean, to possibly rebuild trust in love and support. Drew, too, will have paths. But the immediate future is grief, anger, regret. Will there be guilt? I bet yes. Might there be anger at fate? Maybe resentment at time lost. Even longing for a moment back, any moment, to change the outcome. Elsewhere in Port Charles, others sense the shifting tides. Friends reach out. Sonny, for example, hears about Emma and watches Joe's loyalty. Perhaps Sonny sees himself in Gio, the responsibilities, the danger, the protectiveness. He may warn him. He may test him. Gio might ask a favor, leverage, help, a position. But he's doing it not for glory, but because Emma needs someone real. Elizabeth, when leaving Drew's room, fights back tears. There's Danny. There's a need to alert others, to prepare what comes next. Funeral, memorial, the Quartermaine family coping. Drew must make decisions. Business, legacy, family, inheritance. Who speaks? Who steps up? Someone must step up, but there's no certainty who will be ready. Emma and Gio likely will intersect with this grief, even indirectly. Port Charles never isolates its stories fully. We'll see Emma feeling sympathy. Gio too. Perhaps Emma, seeing Drew's loss, reflects on what she has, what she might lose. The fragility of life becomes clearer. Elizabeth, after breaking the news, has to manage her own sorrow. Being messenger is heavy. She is both comforter and mourner. She must be strong. She must be present for Drew. But she must also let others in, maybe allow vulnerability. This tragedy could deepen relationships. Drew leaning on Elizabeth, Joe's presence with Emma, Elizabeth's with Drew. These two storylines mirror in contrast. One relationship born in response, one sustaining through crisis. One building something new, the other learning how to go forward without someone irreplaceable. And so, by the end of this week in Port Charles, we'll see Emma breathing a little easier because Gio showed up. She'll permit herself to feel support, maybe even hope. For Drew, the road is darker, loss, regret, maybe rage. But somewhere in Elizabeth's company, some small light, that though Monica is gone, her influence remains. That the bonds of family, of love, though tested, still endure. I believe we'll see Drew confront those around him. Questions. Why didn't you tell me? Could this have been prevented? What matters now? And Port Charles characters will align. Some offering solace, some struggling with what's next. Maybe drama over estate, or old wounds reopening. Perhaps a confrontation with doctors. Guilt if there was negligence. Meanwhile, Emma, Gio. Their story gives us hope, love in times of crisis, kindness when fear looms. Scenes to watch, Emma breaking down, Gio refusing to leave. A shared embrace. Maybe Giamma, that pairing, becomes a focus, something fans start rooting for because of how natural it feels. Because Emma deserves someone solid, Gio proves he might be that. Elizabeth's news to Drew is, in many ways, a turning point. His identity, his purpose will shift. His role among the Quartermaines, his expectations from family and self, all change. Monica's death means someone has to carry the banner. Someone must fill in ways she once did. Drew must choose, retreat into pain or rise in memory. We may also see fallout, other Quartermaines struggling. The family fracturing under grief. Who steps up, who cracks? Perhaps resentment toward Drew, or toward Elizabeth for telling him. But Elizabeth's choice was necessity, truth over comfort. It takes courage to deliver news. Drew, courageous though, now must gather what remains. Lastly, on emotional tone, Port Charles will feel heavy. There will be scenes of quiet grief, Drew alone, maybe in the dark, reflecting on memories. Emma may be writing, talking, crying with Gio. Elizabeth watching over Drew. Gio watching over Emma. The contrast, building new hope versus repairing from loss. So, to sum up, Gio steps up. He's not perfect. He might fumble. But his intention, his fidelity to Emma's needs, his willingness to be present, gives their storyline purpose. For Drew, Elizabeth's bad news is more than just announcement. It's the pivot, one where his grief will define what comes next. Both stories show how deeply loss and love intertwine. You'll want to watch how characters react. Will Emma let Gio in completely, or hold back? Will Drew lash out? Will Elizabeth support Drew at cost to herself? Will the Quartermaine legacy shift? And in all of that, will Port Charles itself change? What people expect of heroes, of family, of love? That's what's coming September 19th. I'll leave you with this. In sadness, there's often clarity. When someone steps up, they reveal character.